there's an important Bitcoin value area that I want to go over again. I went over it yesterday, but this area is very, very important because it can be, it can start, it can potentially confirm that the bottom is in, and we can start moving higher into a bit of a higher wave higher that can bring us into the all time high area, which then opens up the gate to much much higher Bitcoin prices in 2025 as we progress through the rest of the bull cycle. So basically, I'm gonna go over it. I'm gonna go over a few things, and then I'm gonna tell you guys how I am personally approaching it, what I am personally doing to take advantage of this, and how I am protecting my position, sizing as well. So, and the value of the portfolio. But basically, um, there is the possibility that this purple area down here is going to be invalidated. Ideally, we would like to see the downtrend extend down into this purple area, which will be a very nice overall corrective rally or corrective, bearish dip uh, on an overall uptrend higher. And it's something that, I've said this many times before, and it looks very, very similar to the 2024, where we break previous resistances by going higher, come down into a proper retracement for the whole move, and then pump higher. But now I'm noticing some different characteristics. One of them being, this pump higher brought us into all time highs. Unlike the one in 2024, it was just bringing us into a new higher high from the previous swing high. This one is different. This one has a lot more bullish momentum behind it, bringing us into a new um, all time high price. And that's starting to make me think. I'm like, okay, so I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, well, if there's a lot of bullish momentum, then that should somewhat shrink the possibility of seeing a proper correction due to an incredible increased amount of, you know, bullish volume. And if we were repeating the 2024 structure, where we had just a decent amount of bullish volume instead of a crazy amount, then we could have seen the corrective, you know, the correction happen within this area where it hits the retracement area, still allows for previous resistances to be broken, as you can see, um, and then proper correction from here, and then start pumping up higher. But now we're just in an environment where the bulls are really have really taken over, and the bears aren't strong enough to push the price aggressively deeper into a proper deep value area. So here's what I'm doing in order to take advantage of the current structure and how I'm approaching it. Again, this is just my opinion. I'm not telling anyone what to do. I'm just sharing with you guys what I'm doing. So with the understanding that we could already be in, we could have confirmed the low already. Like it could be in, but due to a failure as of this moment as a recording, if it's failing to break this swing high, if it's broken, of course we can look to maximizing this yellow retracement area, to allow the price to break over 107,500 and start trading within this area, and this will be basically invalidating this area and opening the pathway to this green area up here. So here's what I'm doing. Since we don't have that bullish confirmation just yet, what I am doing, I'm putting in a little bit of a level of cautiousness for myself, to position myself correctly and trade based off of that. So what that looks like is, if you guys know already, um, I did close out a short, and I'm glad I did because the price kept going much much higher. I closed out a short position, because at the time we broke over the retracement area that I had previously here, and we ended up seeing such an incredible V-shaped recovery, where we did not see any fluctuations within the fib retracement area, and we also didn't see any fluctuations within any imbalance areas. We have two very clear imbalance areas on the 1 hour chart. This is probably a lot more significant, like on the 4 hour chart. Uh, but regardless of time frame, the candle time frame, we did not see any weakness forming in this. So no weakness forming here indicates that, hey, there's a lot of bullish momentum. And as you can see, the price still is trending higher. So far, it's found resistance around the point 0.5 retracement around 106,200, which is also a previous resistance we were looking at in the past. So now, in order for me to be more confident with wanting to add more longs, basically what that looks like is, you guys already know, I opened up a $20,000 long position for a swing trade. If you guys haven't seen that video where I explain it, basically that swing trade is going to be a multi-month long swing trade. At least that's the plan for right now, because um, I am very much a believer that Bitcoin will be much, much higher this year, and that's due to, eventually a better macroeconomic environment when it comes to like interest rates being cut and tariff negotiations being, progressed and actually officially like completed. Uh, I Due to those reasons, and of course we're still way too early in the bull, or we're too early in this year for the last year of the bull cycle, and we're holding, we're holding premium levels quite well. So I believe we're gonna go much higher. So I'm preparing for that. So due to the fact that there are signs indicating that this area might be invalidated soon, I decided to start buying a little bit earlier. So 20,000 invest into BitU. I'll show that to you guys as I continue to build it up. I plan to much more than double that position. But basically, what I'm doing now, in order to add on to that position and then also open some short-term positions on the side, basically, I'm not one to FOMO really. I'm trying to grow out of that. No FOMOing or being emotional or hyped up during trades or when I want to get in. I do not force trade. So what I'm going to do currently is that I'm going to keep tracking this rally with a simple retracement tool. So what I plan on doing with this area is, this will allow, and it can actually go a little bit lower because we do have on different time frames some more imbalances down here. So the price can easily come down even all the way to 101,000. And I said this last night on a video as well. But what I'm doing is that I'm using this area to slowly accumulate a short-term position to take advantage of the price potentially, finding a higher low and continue higher to maximize this yellow area. And when it does, this will allow the bulls to pick up more volume and then come into a more significant resistance area to look at potentially, shaving off some long positions to buy in at a fluctuative little corrective dip before we can go much, much higher. And then this would allow the price to retest, how strong these resistance areas can act as a support in the future. So I plan to start accumulating there, and I'm also going to accumulate if the price breaks below 102,000 or even just 102,500. I want to add to the multi-month long swing trade. So that's what I plan on doing, and then using the swing low, of course, as an SL. So then I can conserve capital and allow me to actually buy in more aggressively where I originally want to buy, which is within this purple area, 85,000 to 100,000. So the moment we break below $100,000 back into the 90s, I want to begin accumulating and DCAing as we come down into this area, which will allow a bigger corrective move and push the price much higher. But then if the SL does not get triggered and I am not able to accumulate within this area, that's why I plan to continue accumulating just a little bit earlier, because if we do come down into this area, I'm expecting a very quick recovery, probably even quicker than this, because we consolidated down here quite a bit, around 80,000. It lasted a while. This one I believe is going to be very quick, just my own personal opinion, because we do have confirmation basically that the bulls are still wanting to push the price higher. So I would just DCA in this area, and then for short-term trading, quite simple. It's accumulating within a proper retracement, using previous swing low as an SL, and then using the next fib extension area as a selling point where I can slowly sell the position as the price trades within this area, and then it'll be as simple as just looking at consolidation areas and imbalances and retracement tools to confirm, you know, where the low could be, and rather not it's going to be strong enough to, support the thesis of just Bitcoin finding another higher low, and then finally breaking up, the price into this area up here. So none of that matters right now because we're still within this yellow. We haven't confirmed a higher low, and we haven't confirmed the this, if the bottom is in. And again, the bottom is going to be in, especially, like I said, if it comes down into this area, I'm going to begin accumulating all the way down to 101. The moment we reach that bottom area, I'll add more to the swing position. And then the short-term trades, I'll just DCA, average into it, and then allow the price to either trigger an SL, get out quick, conserve capital for deep value buying opportunities. If it doesn't get triggered, then quite simply, again, it's letting the price run up to maximize this yellow area, take some profit, let the rest of the position see if we can run up into this area, and then take the rest of the profit there as well. To me, this is a very solid opportunity, and I also said this, I believe I said it last night, where if the price holds a higher low, I you know what, ideally it's like between 101,000 and 103,000 would be the most significant one, but it could happen even 103,500. But regardless, the point is, we can see an inverse head and shoulders patterns, and this is a very bullish textbook just pattern where I don't really like head and shoulder patterns too much because to me it just sounds silly, but it happens and it holds true so often where no matter what I think about it, it's still worth mentioning because my opinion doesn't matter, but uh, evidence that these patterns actually tend to actually be quite reliable sometimes, in my opinion, is worth mentioning. But yeah, we could see the potential of a higher low forming around this area. Again, possibility of coming down a little bit lower, under the 0.618, below 102,700, for potential floor as well. And then look to see if the price has enough bullish momentum to break over previous resistances, break over the retracement area, and finally go into this area, which can start the process of confirming that we are no longer going to come down into this area. But until we have that, I'm still looking for prices down here. If the SL never gets triggered, if we get the opportunity to accumulate at a nice retracement down here for this move, if the SL doesn't get triggered, then we're looking to maximize our profits responsibly as we continue to trade higher into a potential bullish confirmation area, where then we want to look for, again, another higher low opportunity to strengthen this green area happening sooner rather than later. So whenever I do take these positions, I will let you guys know. We're still waiting for the price to do its thing. I think it's a really nice buying opportunity, especially if it can break below 103,000. I will, regardless, I'll be accumulating and I'll show you guys what that looks like, and then I'll let you guys know rather an SL is triggered, or obviously if we start going up higher, I'll show you guys what the position looks like then as well. So I guess to sum it up, basically we're waiting for confirmation to see if this low is in, potentially following an inverse head and shoulders that can push the price much higher. If so, then we're not looking this area anymore. But if it does fail to hold, and so far, I mean, this isn't super significant, but as you can see, the swing high has not been broken just yet. So then we're going to keep an eye, especially on this retracement area. I'm just repeating myself at this point, but this is a very, very important value area that can confirm if we're going to start going much higher, or if we're going to get that opportunity to buy at deep value. Regardless, I'm not going to be hopeful on either side. I'm going to simply just accumulate where support seems to be the strongest, and in case it goes south, that's what SLs are for, and we'll continue trading off of that. But let's see what happens, guys. Let's see if we get a nice. We should get a pretty decent opportunity this week, but we'll see how it goes, and I'll keep you guys updated.